I wonder how Sonya Blade is doing with Mortal Kombat 11. Oh. Wow, Vice. Actually, something I agree with. Ronda Rousey has no business being in Mortal Kombat 11. Let's click on that. Okay. Oh. Oh, God. You know what? Let's talk about this. Hello guys, what is up? Survive Combats here with the first in a while an edited video, and a Mortal Kombat video at that. When was the last time I did an edited Mortal Kombat video? 3 months? Damn, okay. Well, anyways, I'll be debunking Vice, Mary Sue, and Kotaku over all these bullshit articles. So before I do that, I'll explain my stance on Sonya, since I said I agree on the title in the beginning. As you all probably know, I'm not a fan of Ronda Rousey voice acting Sonya in Mortal Kombat 11. Look, it's not her as a person. I just feel like she's not a good voice actress for Sonya, and I wholeheartedly feel Trisha Helfer was way better in Mortal Kombat X. In my opinion, Ronda feels flat and stale, like she's monotone. Now, people in the comments will say, give her a chance, everyone has to start from somewhere, but I don't think a AAA game with a huge ass franchise like Mortal Kombat is where to start your voice acting career. Not gonna lie, I can't deny that she is a huge fan of Mortal Kombat 11. She actually knows and cares about this series, but let's be real, just because you can doesn't mean you should. So yes, I am biased against Ronda being Sonya, but this time I want to defend her on this because this is total bullshit and is actually not really that much of a problem. So why do I think this is all bullshit? Well, let's look into the first point that Vice, aka Waypoint, brings up. Quote, in a New York Post interview regarding Fallon Fox, a professional fighter who happens to be a trans woman, Rousey said some really awful transphobic bullshit. Well, let's look into the facts as they provide a link to the quote. So what Ronda said in the New York Post interview is this. She could try hormones, chop her pecker off, but it's still the same bone structure a man has. It's an advantage. I don't think it's fair. I understand that UFC doesn't want to be associated with views like Matronus. I'm also glad they didn't straight cut him. It's not something that happened to Fox. It was a decision she made. She should be aware in her career after that. It's going to be an arduous path. I don't know why she's surprised by that. It's going to draw a lot of emotions. What if she became UFC champion and we had a transgender women's champion? It's a very socially difficult situation. End quote. Actually, what she said was not all that offensive, really. I mean, with the whole entire advantage point, she is definitely not wrong. Take it from someone who actually knows about MMA and combat sport. That man right there is Joe Rogan. And in fact, he's actually talking about the same person, Fallon Fox. Let's roll the clip.
That they're trying to pretend that this is a woman now. This is not a woman. This is a trans woman. This is a male. She has a Y chromosome. She transitioned to being a female. Now she's a trans woman. And if you choose to fight her and you're a woman and you know that she's a trans woman, I'm totally fine with that. But that was not what was going on here. What was going on here was this woman who used to be a man for 32 years transitioned to being a woman and it didn't tell anybody. And fought two different women who thought they were fighting a woman and got fucking smashed.
Badly injured, yeah.
Well, I was watching it. It was like watching a man fight a woman. That's fascinating about it was, here's something that I mean, I'm not a real expert in physiology or endocrinology, but I'm a martial arts expert. And I've been doing it my whole life. Like, I know the difference. I've trained with women world champions and watch them get mauled by men who are not very good. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to striking. You know, there's more of a gap in jiu-jitsu, or the gap rather closes in jiu-jitsu because skill and technique take precedent over physical strength. But God damn it, when it comes to striking, you could get a man who's been doing it for 6 months, but just happens to have a lot of fast twitch muscle fiber and it just knows how to hit things hard. And he'll fuck a woman up. It's not good, especially when it comes to kickboxing and kicking and punching. There's so many advantages. And to say that those advantages are immediately cut out of the picture as soon as you transition to being a woman, and within 2 years you should be able to fight women in a cage and not tell them that you're a woman. I was like, this is insane.
Now I'm going to tell you something that might blow your mind. You ready? Men are different than women. Surprising, right? Just because you transition doesn't mean you lose everything. You still have the height, bone density, the testosterone, etc. Now the quote on the transgender being a woman champion is actually far from being false. What about the rapper Zuby, who identified as a woman and broke a deadlift record? How about Mary Gregory, who broke 4 records in a single day? And now how long is this? Oh, it's actually a couple days since this video. Why are we allowing this? We are not allowing women to show their true skill. There have been women who trained years only to be torn down because someone who has transitioned still has the shit she had when she was a male. I have no problem with people transitioning because as an egalitarian, you make yourself happy. Where I have the problem is when you participate in sports. And I'm not gonna lie, I really hate fucking sports. But I do not honestly feel comfortable with men transitioning into women, not telling anybody, breaking women's skulls, and breaking records that were true female made. If you don't believe that, I'm sorry, you are a lost cause. There is no reason why that should be okay. This ain't a video game, this is actual real life. This is real life combat sports that women like Ronda Rousey are protesting against. If you want to do a sport as a transgender, in a gender specific sport, make your own division, set your own records as a transgender person. Now that I'm done with the little transgender rant, let's get on to the second point, the Sandy Hook comment. I personally think this fucking comment's shit. She did actually apologize for it, and you even said in the article that she apologized for it, but no, it's definitely not enough. Now, I'm not going to hold Ronda accountable for shit she said like, what, 6 or 7 years ago? I mean, for fuck's sake, people even still believe that Alex Jones is the Sandy Hook is fake guy. And if you don't believe me that he doesn't believe in that shit anymore, here's the clip right over here.
So much that I said, screw it, mass shootings happen, I believe it happened. But then media would call me or interview me and say, okay, but tell us the anomalies of why you questioned. They were getting me to say it again. Not that I didn't have the right to question it, but they thought, well, Alex Jones versus dead kids, Alex Jones denying it, Alex Jones harassing families. This is a perfect way to get this guy who's so popular and getting people to question and getting people to think. And so it took me years, I think I'm smart, I guess I'm not, to figure out what was going on. So when Hillary, a few months before the election, gives this huge speech that says Alex Jones has a dark heart. He knows Sandy Hook kids died, but he says they didn't, and he sends people to their houses. He's the worst guy in the world. So I came out and I said, listen, I never sent anybody to the houses, but I apologize if it was taken out of context. People have a right to question, but I'm sorry for the families, and I'm sorry for your hurt, and I get it, and I've experienced crazy people now, big time, just like you have. Please stop saying that I'm saying it didn't happen.
I mean, look at what you guys try to do with Kevin Hart and the little gay jokes that he made a couple years ago. That shit didn't really work out for you, right? So why do you have to keep on bringing up old shit? People change. Get the hell over it. There's way more things to be offended over than this bullshit. When I stumbled across this quote-unquote piece, I was willing to listen to all yours points, but all I got was another bullshit article. These articles are getting way too political and way off topic about gaming. How about you go after shit like Anthem's big ass article? That was a really good piece. And you know what? Actually, let me give you some shit right here. How about you do some real fucking journalism? How about you talk about how Blizzard made a character gay to cover up their Ellie situation? You don't know what I'm talking about? Well, actually, there was a female player who was actually made out to be a male player, and Blizzard knew the entire time but hyped it up to that max. Maybe talk about the future of gaming and how fucked we are because we are buying games that will have their servers shut down in 10 years. How about we talk about the greedy practices that companies do like 2K, EA, Activision, Ubisoft, Epic. How about we actually start giving real review scores and not shill ones? You guys aren't journalists. You're just people who couldn't do shit with a gender study degree and decided to infest the gaming sphere with all your bullshit politics. I'm Survive Combat, so I'm done with this fucking bullshit. Comment down below how you feel about this. Agree? Disagree? Want to have your voice heard? Just type a comment and I'll be sure to read it. Follow me on Twitter for updates, tweets about shit I rant about, and repost the memes. A lot of memes. Join my Discord server. I've been recently revamping the server to make it more people friendly. I've added in new emojis, video game discussion channels, game matchmaking channels, gaming voice channels, meme channels, fan art channels, self-promotion, music, political discussion, everything. I do want the channel to flourish to something awesome. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. If you would like to see more of my content, hit the bell icon. I got 2 more videos coming up. And before I go, I do want to announce that I am going to Combo Breaker this year. The boys and I have been planning this trip for almost 3 months now, and I do want to officially announce that we are all actually going. I'm also planning on doing a small documentary based on the trip since it'll be mine, History's, Brusk's, Ulterior, and Legend's first time at Combo Breaker, so I'm so excited to be there. I want to thank you all for watching, and goodbye, my fellow combatants.